All right, guys. So let's talk about what science says that women are attracted to. And this goes down to evolutionary psychology. So these things that you're gonna hear are not based on what I believe is attractive. It's just based on what I've read from reading different articles and from my observations. Okay. And don't forget, we're having 30% off all of our courses. All of our courses that includes our course, Dark Game, which is a course that will teach you all of the strategies to get a woman into you. It's, it's not morally correct, but it works. And it also applies to my course, Nice Guy, okay? So 30% off using the coupon code New Year's. So look, the first thing is this, okay? Science says that women are actually attracted to guys with women are attracted, like literally women find angry faces in a man more attractive than a happy face. Plain and simple. You could research it. You could Google it yourself. Go to Google Scholars and look this up if you want. And the reason why is because an angry face, a woman sees that and says, "If I'm with him, even though it might intimidate her, it's the fact that that angry face would intimidate another man, right? So to her, she might say it's hot, but the reason why it's hot is because her body knows through years of evolution, or through millions of years of evolution, that angry face means safety for your children. Now it might mean it might hurt her too, because some dudes are psychos. But just like zebras will rather take abuse from the other zebras than to leave the herd and not be abused by other zebras, because zebras bite and kick each other, than to be eaten by animals. A woman will rather, like, it's kind of fucked up. That's why some women are with, like, I was watching The Sopranos, and a lot of those women were getting abused, and they would still be with their man because they were powerful, right? So angry faces, and not that I want you guys to be angry, but learn to walk around with a more serious look to you, right? Learn to also, if she does something that pisses you off, show her that you're pissed off. Women actually like that. Just don't hit them. You know what I'm saying? Second thing is non-emotional faces. Women use there's two types of ways of communicating amongst men and women. One is using MNS, a mirror neuron system, right? And that mirror neuron system is something that women use mostly. The other one is called APG, parietal junction, something like that. The point is, that's more of the analytical part of the brain. That's more of the part that solves problem. And men use more of that part of the brain to solve problem. That's how men connect. Men connect through solving problems. So when a woman tells you a problem, you naturally want to help her, and that's how you show that you're connecting with her. Women don't connect through solving problems. Women connect through just understanding the problems. But a woman needs to see a facial expression. A woman needs to see something in your face in order for those mirror neurons to activate, or maybe something in your voice for the mirror neurons to activate, and so she could connect, right? And that's how women feel important. But when you have a non-emotional face, when you don't give her feedback, it frustrates them. And it makes them want to see more emotion. So it causes them to actually create drama. It causes them to actually act like children just to get a reaction out of you. In other words, it makes them chase. It makes them do things to create that reaction. Women are attracted to that. In fact, guys, when men look at like a sad picture, or maybe a picture that creates sadness, a guy will show sadness for like 2 seconds and then revert to being colder after the 2 seconds. Women, on the other hand, will see a sad face. She'll show the appropriate amount of sadness, but then exaggerate the sadness after 2.5 seconds. You know how women are like, "Hey," right? Women exaggerate emotions because it's part of their DNA. Women are attracted to that in men. Women are attracted to men who don't show emotions that much. It might frustrate them, but that frustration is actually a good kind of frustration. 3, intimidating presence. If you watch any mobster movie, like I watched The Sopranos, Tony was a fat ass, but Tony got some pum pum. Okay, Tony got some mob pum pum. Having an intimidating presence could be looking like a hood motherfucker who looks like he'll kill you, or even just being strong and muscular, or even having an intimidating presence because of your reputation, women find that attractive. So you might think that's why serial killers get a lot of women. You might think that being intimidating, it might scare the woman, but that kind of fear turns her on. Now, the fourth one, men submitting to you. Women love it. Because again, evolutionarily speaking, when a woman sees other men submit to you or even follow you as a leader, it means safety for her children because those men are not going to hurt her. Having other men submit to you, again, you see this in I watched The Sopranos, so it's actually a good show that explains that. But you see that when Tony fucks that when Tony like gets angry at other men and the other men respect him, there were scenes where the women would just look at him and they were turned on. Because it means that this man is the alpha male. Other men submitting to you, doing you favors, treating you well, giving you gifts, showing you reverence to you. In other words, men respecting you, being a man that others respect. Women find that attractive. 5, a deep and relaxed voice. A deep and relaxed voice generally means strong. Generally means that you can't. Actually, back in when hunter gatherers, a man who was the strongest and who were able to hunt the best usually were the ones that had the deeper voice. It's a sign of masculinity. Some men are not born with deeper voice, but if you actually just learn to be more relaxed and just talk in a more relaxed manner, it shows that you're somebody who has a lot of strength, right? If you actually watch The Sopranos, Paulie versus Silvio, there were the two hitmen of Tony. One was a funny guy. Hey, how you doing, Tony? Hey, Tony, I cannot believe I saw a ghost, Tony. I couldn't believe it. That's how he was, right? But Silvio was more of the chill back guy. He was like, hey, Tony, I think we got a thought. I think we have a problem, right? He was actually more respected. And one of the reasons was because he might not notice, but the fact that his voice was so calm and so deep and relaxed, it actually emanates power. Women find that attractive. Again, women are attracted through their ears a lot more than their eyes. The sixth one, subtle looks. Women love subtle looks. So it could be a normal look. You're talking, but then if you give her like this look, everything's normal, and then you're like, but anyways, as I was telling my friend, we went back to normal, blah blah blah, right? You're talking, that's that look like when let me show it to you again. You're like, anyways, as I was saying, and then you talk, like, oh, for real? Well, look, let me tell you something. You see that look, that like, or like if she says, tell me about your job. She was like, what's that look? What's that look? Learning to give a look and then taking it away. Like, you're looking at her normal, you give her a look, and then you go back to normal. That it spikes their emotions. It spikes it. It truly does. I have no words to explain this. But if you ask a woman, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, everything's normal, and then you give a look, and then you go back to normal. That, it just creates an emotional spike. Seventh one, the rule breakers, right? Women are more followers than men are. Women are followers generally. They evolved to be more followers, right? It's almost like because think about it, right? Most dads tell their kids, don't tell your mother about this, right? Or your mother can't find out about this, right? Why do dads say that to their children? Because women are usually, they follow rules. They create rules and they're followers. Men are the rule breakers. Most men are in prison, right? So if you're a rule breaker, if you're somebody like, even criminals, right? Somebody who doesn't follow the rules, somebody who creates their own life, somebody who is more of a rebellious person, this woman could be the most angelic, the most religious person, but deep down, a woman will be more attracted to the troubled person, to the guy who continually gets in trouble because he's breaking rules, compared to the guy who doesn't break the rules, right? Because it's a reflection. That's why women like criminals. Some women are more attracted to criminals because criminals find their own ways. They break their own rules. Because women follow rules so often that when they see a guy who's a rule breaker, who's more of a rebel, they are attracted to them unconsciously because they wish they were also as rebellious as them. And the last one is a childish streak. Okay, it's not that I want you guys to be childish, but that you want to be able to contrast your complete masculinity with a little bit of childishness. A little bit, though. A little bit. And this could come out in specific ways, right? For example, Silvio, the guy that I was telling you about, the mafioso guy, he was mad chill. He talked like this, right? But then when he was playing poker, he would get angry and show a completely different side of his personality. When Soprano was around most people, when Tony Soprano was around most people, he was serious. But when he would hang out around children and be silly with them, it actually added depth to his character because we only saw darkness, we only saw ambiguity. But when he was with children, he was more transparent. And people see that and they're like, oh my God, a light in the middle of the darkness. It actually makes you more attractive. It's not the opposite way around where you're completely childish and then masculine. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's better the opposite way around. So these are 8 things that signs, and in fact, women have actually said this is something that they find attractive. You could Google it yourself. Some of them are my assumptions, like the subtle look is something that I believe really does work. This childish streak, you can look it up also. But most of them are scientifically proven. So go check them out. Apply it to your life. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to attend my seminar, I have a seminar on how to develop social intelligence. You can purchase those tickets in the description down below. 30% off on all of my courses. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Where do you end this? All right.